Hello everyone, this is Merritt Trainboy speaking, and I suppose you would say that this is the first time that I'm doing an update video on my channel, and this is something that I don't usually do, but it's just that I wanted to let you guys know what's going on and what videos that I'm planning for, even though that this year is my 6th anniversary on YouTube, so let's go on and take a look at what we got. So first off, what I got from eBay was a Trackmaster Revolution Sparked Thomas, which came from the Trackmaster Sky High Bridge Jump set, and also a Tommy Thomas along with two coaches. One is Annie, and the other Clarabelle. But this version of Clarabelle in particular came from the Tommy Steamalon Thomas engine. The Tommy Thomas seems to be in good condition, and I'll probably use this to replace the body shell of it, or probably swap the faces. And with the Clarabelle coach, I'll be using this as customizing along with the other ones that I have. But as for the Annie coach, I'm not really sure what I'll be doing with it just yet. I was going to replace this along with the other one, which looks kind of faded, but I'm guessing that the colors on this one look a bit pale, so I might have to figure out what to do with it later on. And the reason why I got another Trackmaster Sparked Thomas, even though it's from the same set, it's because I'll be using this one to replace the other one, which you might have seen in my Thomas and Friends video short, Go-Go Engine Steam Power, which was to celebrate my birthday back in 2016. And the reason why I'm replacing it, it's because it's got some damage to it, just at the bottom. So, you see here, these marks between the hole where you could see the gear, and it's close to the activation tab. They have been dug right into the plastic by this lawn piece, which is a part of the launcher of the bridge. And it was because I was pushing this Thomas down as fast as I could to make the jump. I suppose you would know what I mean if you have seen that blooper reel video that I did. But what really annoys me more is the front buffer beam. You could see here it's got a lot more of this than here. You can see what I'm talking about here. The buffer beam has been dug through. And you see, I was trying to use some putty to cover up where these marks were. And then you can see there's paint right here. I tried to paint over those patches, but unfortunately this looks totally ridiculous, and the patches soon started coming off because this type of putty I had used wasn't dryable. Doesn't really dry, that is. So that's why I ended up getting a new Thomas to replace this one. And not only I'm replacing it with a new one, but I have also decided to customize it by making it look like that it's in some kind of a smash-up derby look because of the damage in the buffer beam. So you can see here, there's the damage. And as you can see here, not only I colored the buffers in black with a Sharpie marker, but I also colored in that little tip of the coupling in black. And I even used a silver Sharpie marker to draw these little lines around the front to look like scratches. So yeah, it kind of looks like that this Thomas has been doing some smash up derby stuff. And I even plan to make him rocket powered after I get a new motor to put inside and replace the other one. Something like a Hyperdash motor. Also, speaking of my Thomas & Friends video shorts, I'm currently in the middle of making some more shorts, and one of them is going to be done in stop motion. It's almost done. I still need to film the ending part of it, and then it'll be finished, and I'll have it ready to be uploaded to YouTube. I'm also in the middle of making another short, and that one will be celebrating my 6th anniversary. Although I'm not really sure when it will be finished, but hopefully I'll be able to get it uploaded sooner before the end of this year. Now for Thomas remakes, I am currently in the middle of making 2. One is Thomas and the Conductor, and the other is Henry's Special Coal. I don't know when they will be finished, but I'll let you guys know when I upload them. Speaking of which, I have also planned to make some more videos on Source Filmmaker, but unfortunately, a while ago, if any of you guys have heard, there has been an update to Windows 10, and in Source Filmmaker, because of this feature, the screen was flickering while the camera was being moved around, especially while the timeline is being played. But the game mode itself, it still works okay without any issues. So yeah, this has really been annoying me a lot. But then I found a video and figured out how to fix this problem. So it goes like this. You have to go to Windows, go down to Engine Window, and then click on Auto Hide Engine Window. So with that, you won't be able to have that flickering problem while you're doing some camera movement or playing the timeline. And I have to admit, that had definitely did the trick. As for my gaming channel, yes, I'm still planning to do some live streams on it. However, I don't know when I will be doing the first one at the moment, but I'll let you guys know on Google Plus when it will be announced. So watch out for that. Now for any reviews that I'm planning for, I'm still trying to get around to doing a review on the redesigned Bachmann James. And like I have mentioned before in my recent purchases video, which was from the train show, I would try the best to getting around to doing it. So just stay tuned for that review that I will be trying to work on. And I know I haven't got around to making a review on the Celebration Thomas, but I'm still trying to do that since it's been a while. But I'll try the best I can to do that review on that. And however, I'm in the middle of making a review on the Bachmann large-scale Winston. I'm not sure when it will be finished. It just depends how much recording that I need to do for it. Also, speaking of Bachmann, let me show you what I have been up to with my HO layout. So here we are at my HO layout, and as you can see here, I have recently got it into working progress. And if you may remember, I only had this much of the layout originally, just around this entire green space, the grassy part. And by looking right here, I have added this little section here to the layout, this little table. Although it hasn't got any ground covering on it just yet. And it looks like I'll have to get some special supports to keep the track upright from floating. Like you see here and here as well, you can see that the track is floating from this section of the layout. And that's why it gave me the opportunity that I might have to get some special supports for the track. So that way they won't keep floating around. But I'm also planning to add some more bits and pieces to this entire layout. Like I am planning to have a lighthouse somewhere around here, because I kind of having the idea of having the docks somewhere around here where Cranky is. And I even had the idea of having a little siding here from that track over there, but I'll have to get a switch to have it be placed right there. So this is where this siding would be, right next to this track. And this big space right here, I am planning to have Tithmus sheds right at that spot right there. So when I get Tithmus sheds, I'll have it be placed right at that spot. But yeah, this is what I was planning to have this layout as. Kind of like in a L shape. You see what I mean? And speaking of work in progress, and you can see here, this is where I make my custom models. Here are some engines that I'm currently making and I'm in the middle of. And you can see here there's two Thomases and one is a streamlined Gordon. So first off, with this sort of Thomas, he's pretty much done, except I still need to add the decals on it and probably paint the stripe on the wheel arch, and then he will be ready. But as for this Thomas here, I was planning to make a special type of a special edition Thomas, but the paint on the original stripes on the model keeps peeling off. So you see there, some paint had just came off. And it seems to be getting probably worse. So this is why I felt like that I might have to start all over again with a new Thomas, and turn this Thomas into one of the British locomotives, or maybe Thomas the Prank Engine. So if you guys would like that sort of idea, let me know in the comments. And as for the streamlined Gordon model, I have removed the face of it, although it was a kind of tricky to do. You see, I had to remove this black piece so I can get into where it was, and then I had to drill a little bit to get the face to fall off. And of course you can see here, this piece right here is being held by blue tack here. And the reason why I did that is because I was going to put a much happier face on it, but apparently the original face from the original Gordon was quite not big enough to fit to cover up this big space here where the original powerful face was.
whatever that type of face was called. So I might have to find a much different looked face of Gordon to cover up this space right there where the original face was for this streamlined Gordon. Probably from a face from a Mega Bloks Gordon.
And I also have this box here, and I've been meaning to show you this to you guys for quite some time. I got this from a thrift store which was close to my transition school, and that was back in late 2016. And during that time, people around the neighborhood were clearing their houses, probably to make room for the holidays, I believe. But yeah, this is what I got from that thrift store, and apparently it has sadly closed down. And you can see here, the lid that is covering it has seen better days. A lot of scuff and scratches and some white marks on it as well. And you see here, this is how much I had paid for this whole entire box, $6.48. And inside of it, by looking right here, you could see through the box and what's inside. There's a ton of Thomas gear. And of course, there's some other non-Thomas pieces in here as well. And I believe that's a lid from a Leaking Logs box or something. And that's a pretty well beat up body shell of this Trackmaster Diesel 10. And there's a trolley. It looks like this piece is a bridge from one of those destination Trackmaster items. This is Trackmaster Road. You know what, a lot of stuff in here. You know what? I'll keep this in a separate video for you guys, because this is just a sneak preview to what's inside this box here. And really, I've been meaning to show you this to you guys for quite some time. So I'll be keeping this in a separate video where I'll be showing you the stuff that's inside this box. And that's pretty much about it. And before you ask, yes, I am looking forward to Thomas and Friends, Big World, Big Adventures, the movie. And as you may know already, it's about where Thomas goes around the world to see these different locations and places like that. And to me, it's a good thing because, you know, this was his dream. Thomas always wanted to see the world. So here in this feature, we are going to see him getting his big chance of doing it. And there's also this series version of Big World, Big Adventures, which is supposed to be a part of Season 22 for some reason. But they say in this series, the first part of it will take place where Thomas is out traveling the world, and the second part will take place back on Sodor. But still, yeah, mostly, I'll be looking forward to the movie of Big World, Big Adventures. And that's it for now, so thanks for listening, everyone. And since you made it this far, here's a little montage that I want to show off. Hit it! Thanks for watching, everyone, and don't forget to wish me a happy 6th anniversary. And until next time, this is Merritt Trainboy signing off.